What's going on YouTube, and welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to be doing a 50,000 mile review on my 2018 Nissan Titan. So, as you can see, I have 50,169 miles on it. Now, since I've had this truck, I've had very little complaints on it, or very little complaints about it. This truck has done everything I needed to do when I needed it to do it. It's just been phenomenal for the most part. There has been a few things that have actually failed or broken on this truck, and I'll get into that as this video progresses. But overall, this truck has been amazing. In my opinion, this is the underdog in the truck world. I've said that in previous videos, but that's just what I think about this truck. I think that a lot of people, I mean, if you could afford the F-150 or you can afford the Ram, then I advise you to get that. But as far as a good affordable truck, I think this truck checks all the boxes. That's just how I feel about it. But during its 50,000 miles, I have had a few things that have basically failed. One of the things that have failed is this thing right here. This whole light assembly. They had to replace that, given that it wasn't coming on properly. When I would open the door, it wouldn't come on at all. So the dealership replaced that. There was no money out of my pocket. It's just me driving it there. They took real good care of me, gave me a rental car and everything while they fixed that. The other thing that failed on this is, let's see here, this back glass. So the way this glass slides, well, the wire somehow broke off of it. I'll show y'all the wire in a minute. Cut this thing off. So basically, this wire, there's a wire that runs up under here. For some reason, this thing just fell off. So when that falls off, you assume that it's just a quick fix, but they actually had to replace the entire back windshield when that happened. So obviously, like I said, dealership, rental car took great care of me, so I'm glad that was covered under warranty. The last thing that's failed on this car is the battery. So took this thing to the dealership one time for an oil change, and we go back out there, the guy took my keys, tried to start it up, truck wouldn't start. So obviously the factory battery had failed. For whatever reason, it just failed prematurely. So they replaced the battery at no cost to me. So they just replaced it, given that it was covered under warranty. So everything that's failed on this truck has been replaced at zero cost to me. It was just, obviously there was a couple of days where I didn't have the truck, given that they were working on it. So other than that, this truck has performed phenomenally. I mean, everything. I've been on several road trips. When I lived in Arizona, did a few trips to San Diego with this thing. Since I've been here in Ohio, I've driven to Chicago twice, driven to Indianapolis. I mean, back and forth to Cincinnati. I mean, this truck is just, this thing loves to be on the highway. That's one of the things I noticed about this truck. I just feel like it loves to be on the open road. And one of the things that shocked me about this truck is, doing a quick Google search, I've noticed that they talk about the MPG of this truck, and they say it's 15 city, 21 highway, according to, like I said, a quick Google search. But one of the things that I got, and what shocked me on this truck is, I'll cut it on, and I'll cut it off. Now y'all see, it says best 23.2 MPG. So obviously, my last trip, when I drove this thing to Chicago, that is what I got. So when I put good gas in it, that is the MPG that I get. When I put whatever the top quality gas they have at Sam's, that's typically what I do when I'm going on a road trip, is I'll put the good gas in, and this thing will just, that's what you'll get. And I'm not sure if it's because of the good gas, or if it's in conjunction with my tonneau cover, the exhaust and intake, I'm not sure. I've never done a tune on this thing. That is just the MPG I get. Now, typically when I'm just around town here in Dayton, I'll put the cheap stuff in here. And I've driven this truck to Cincinnati on cheap gas, and I've gotten about 20 miles to the gallon. So that's average with cheap gas, but with good gas, this thing will get 23.2. And that's no tune, no anything, just based on the parts that I've put on here. That's just what I've gotten out of here. So in addition to the MPG and just the overall performance of this truck, the comfort of it, I mean, these seats are still in amazing shape. Got to clean this truck out later today. I try to clean it every Sunday and condition my leather to ensure that they stay extremely comfortable and they don't tear, because I've gotten into the habit of kind of sliding out of this truck when I get out. So I don't want, this is what I don't want this thing to rip over here. I've seen that happen when people would just slide out of their seats, and I've seen it happen on other cars. So I try to keep this thing as conditioned as possible. As you can see, you know, I've been using this to condition my leather, but sometimes I just mix both of these. Not sure if it really does anything, but I just try to keep my leather seats as conditioned as possible, just to make sure that I can preserve these seats as long as I can, given that my goal is to keep this truck until it reaches about 120,000. Then I'll start looking for another one. But like I said, this truck has been phenomenal. I mean, I can't say enough great things about this truck. I mean, obviously I would love to have some more technology with this, similar to what you'll find on the new F-150, the new Ram, even the new Silverado. I saw the new Tundra. The new Tundra is just a beautiful truck, but it's a V6. You can't beat this right here, this V8. If a truck's got a V6, to me, it's not a truck. To me, you're just pretending to have a truck. Just can't beat. There's no replacement for displacement. So this big ass V8, I love it. That's what makes a truck, in my opinion. Now the other thing I don't like about this truck, so one of the things I just can't stand about this truck is the tailgate. Let's talk about this tailgate. So obviously this is a spray-on bed liner, but what Nissan failed to do was do this part. This is just cheap ass plastic, which I wish they had just sprayed this as well. That's one of the things that I feel like Nissan just cheaped out on. They should have just sprayed this whole thing, because I just feel like this thing could rust or water could get in here, and as you can see with just using it, you can see what happens to this plastic. It bends, and it's just doesn't look that nice, and a little bit of damage here from just using the truck. So that's one of the things I just can't stand about it. But everything else, my biggest complaint when I first got this truck, as most of y'all have seen in my previous videos, was the radio. But obviously the PX6 has fixed that, and now, like I said, there's no complaints about this truck. My camera on my PX6, speaking of that, is still dark. I do have the piece to fix it, or I think I can fix it. I did buy an extension to my video cable, so I was just going to use the yellow wire here and kind of extend it, because that's what I think is going on. The video cable that comes, the factory video cable, is kind of short, so I was going to use this as an extension to maybe clear that camera up, but I just haven't had time to do it yet. My goal is to do it at some point, but outside of that, I mean, like I said, this truck has just been phenomenal. I can't say enough good things about it. I mean, obviously, every vehicle, in my opinion, there's something that you're gonna hate about it, but overall, love this truck. Plan on keep this thing till it gets about 120,000. And if it's still going strong, hell, I might even keep it for longer. So yeah, I think the next thing I gotta do, like I said, I'm still on the fence about my wheels and tires. I don't know if I'm gonna just replace my tire. I do have to replace my tires here soon, but I don't know if I'm just gonna do a whole wheel and tire package, or it's just gonna replace the tires. Not sure. So right now I'm still thinking about that. But I think I got a little bit more a little bit of time to think about that. And then when I make a decision, I'll definitely let y'all know. But if y'all do have a Titan, if you're thinking about buying a Titan, we can talk about it in the comment section below. And if you have some questions on it, I'll be happy to answer as many questions as I can. But yeah, that's my 50,000 mile review of my 2018 Nissan Titan. Also, I encourage y'all to check out my other videos in regards to the Titan and the different things I've done to it to kind of make it as unique as possible, to make this my own. So as you can see, my neighbor has one. Guy across the street, he has a Titan as well. He doesn't have as many bells and whistles as I do on mine, but yeah, if you have any questions though, I'll be glad to answer whatever questions you have in regards to this Titan. So yeah, I appreciate y'all watching, man. See y'all later.